Hey, Cosmic community! Welcome back to We Are Cosmic, the place where we talk all things finance, crypto, and the future of money. Today we're diving deep into something that could completely reshape the financial world, XRP. Now, before we get started, if you love talking about Ripple, XRP, or just want to see where crypto is headed, smash that like button and type an X in the comments. Let's make this interactive, because your opinion matters here. Alright, let's kick things off with a quick reality check. Right now, Amazon stock has grown over 200,000% since its early days. Let that sink in for a second. Imagine if you had invested even a small amount in Amazon at the beginning, you'd be looking at life-changing returns today. Now, you might be asking, why is Amazon relevant to XRP investors? That's exactly what we're going to explore in this video. Because, as Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has said, Ripple aims to become the Amazon of payments. And if that happens, the potential gains for XRP could be astronomical. Here's why this matters. The financial system we use today is evolving rapidly. Traditional banks are slow, expensive, and often frustrating to deal with. Enter XRP. Unlike Bitcoin, which is mostly an investment narrative, or Ethereum, which is heavy on smart contracts, XRP was built for real-world payments. Fast, efficient, and institutional grade. Think of it as the backbone of the next-generation financial system. Brad Garlinghouse's vision isn't just hype, it's grounded in building tools that actual banks and financial institutions use today. And when real institutions start adopting XRP, the implications for price growth are huge. We're not talking small gains here. The potential could rival or even exceed the growth we've seen from tech giants like Amazon and Google combined. To put this into perspective, let's look at what makes XRP unique. It's fast, with settlement times of just 3 to 5 seconds, and it has built-in liquidity engines that allow for seamless transactions across borders. This isn't theory, it's happening. Institutions and even central banks have already been piloting XRP for real transactions. That's a level of real-world utility that many other cryptocurrencies simply can't match. And utility is what drives sustainable growth. Memecoins and NFTs are fun, but XRP is designed for the future of finance. And that's what really excites investors who are looking at the long-term picture. Now, imagine being part of a network that major financial institutions trust. Ripple isn't just talking about partnerships. They're actively acquiring key companies, expanding their stack, and creating a complete ecosystem. Blockchain, stablecoins, custody solutions, on and off ramps, it's all coming together. They've spent years working with regulators, obtaining licenses, and making XRP a compliant, institutional-grade asset. This positions them far ahead of competitors. When you combine speed, compliance, and utility, you start to see why XRP could become a dominant force in payments, just like Amazon did for e-commerce. Finally, before we dive deeper in the next parts, let's pause and reflect. XRP isn't just another coin, it's a tool for the future financial system. Gains here aren't just speculative, they're based on real-world adoption and infrastructure. And for investors, understanding this early can make all the difference. So stay with me, because in the next part, we'll explore how Ripple's partnerships with giants like Amazon Web Services are speeding up adoption and making XRP indispensable. A lot of people often compare cryptocurrencies and assume they are all similar, but XRP stands apart. Bitcoin is often seen as a store of value, a kind of digital gold. Ethereum is powerful for smart contracts and decentralized applications. But XRP was built from the ground up for payments. It's fast, reliable, and designed to handle institutional-grade financial transactions. That's why major investors and CEOs are excited about it. One such example is the CEO of Evernorth, who openly stated why XRP excites him more than Bitcoin or Ethereum. According to him, XRP has been the backbone of multiple financial products for over a decade, providing real-world utility that other digital assets simply can't match. Let's break down why that matters. XRP has a liquidity engine built into a decentralized exchange, allowing for seamless transactions. Imagine a system where money can move across borders instantly, with minimal fees and total reliability. That's what XRP provides. And this isn't futuristic speculation, it's already happening. Institutions, banks, and even central banks are testing and piloting XRP in live environments, proving its functionality beyond theoretical discussions. Unlike some digital assets that rely on hype or trends, XRP's strength comes from real adoption and operational utility. The Evernorth CEO also highlighted something important. XRP was designed for institutional grade products. In other words, it's not just a cryptocurrency for individual traders or retail investors. It's built for the financial systems of the world. And here's the key takeaway. When financial institutions adopt a cryptocurrency, it brings massive transaction volume, real use cases, and ultimately price growth. Utility drives demand, and demand drives value. This is exactly why XRP has such explosive long-term potential compared to many other coins that focus on short-term trends. Now let's consider the timeline. XRP was created in 2012. Over a decade later, we are seeing copycat projects trying to replicate what XRP has already achieved. But XRP has something these copycats don't: a proven track record, regulatory clarity, and institutional partnerships. That combination is extremely powerful. Regulatory clarity is often overlooked in the crypto world, but it's critical. XRP has worked with regulators from the start, making it an institutional-grade cryptocurrency that can operate in global financial markets without running into legal issues. Another reason XRP is unique is its speed. Traditional banking systems can take days for cross-border payments to settle. XRP completes transactions in 3 to 5 seconds. That speed is a game changer for banks, corporations, and other institutions. Imagine sending millions of dollars across the world in seconds instead of waiting days. That's why top executives and investors are paying attention. XRP isn't just a digital coin, it's an operational tool for the modern financial system. Finally, let's touch on vision. The Evernorth CEO and other crypto leaders are clear. They aren't interested in meme coins or speculative assets. They care about the future of finance, a financial system that is efficient, scalable, and inclusive. XRP is central to that vision. As investors, this is exciting because we are looking at a cryptocurrency that is not just a bet on price, but a bet on infrastructure, adoption, and the backbone of future finance. One of the most exciting developments for XRP investors is Ripple's collaboration with AWS through something called Amazon Bedrock. You might be wondering, why does Amazon matter for a cryptocurrency? Well, Amazon isn't just an e-commerce giant. They run massive infrastructure services for companies around the world. By partnering with Ripple, Amazon helps optimize XRP's technology, making it faster, more efficient, and ready to handle institution-level transaction volumes. In simple terms, this means XRP can process huge amounts of payments instantly without delays or errors. Here's how it works. The XRP ledger runs on high-performance C++ code, which produces large volumes of complex logs when operating at scale. Normally, analyzing these logs and troubleshooting errors can take days. But with AWS and Amazon Bedrock, Ripple can source the right logs, monitor system behavior, and reduce problem-solving time from days to minutes. This is not just technical jargon. It's what makes XRP practical and reliable for global financial institutions. Settlement times of 3 to 5 seconds, combined with real-time system monitoring, is a game-changer in the world of cross-border payments. The benefits go beyond speed. AWS makes it incredibly easy for institutions to deploy XRP nodes. With pre-configured software and a few clicks, banks or companies can have their XRP infrastructure up and running. This simplicity encourages adoption, especially among large organizations that want reliability and compliance. Think about it. Companies like Amazon itself, major banks, and other financial giants are interested because XRP can scale and integrate seamlessly with existing systems. That is exactly why XRP is not just another cryptocurrency, it's becoming the backbone of real financial networks. Another important aspect is credibility. Ripple's partnerships with AWS and other institutions send a strong signal to the market. XRP is serious, compliant, and ready for the future. This isn't speculation, it's a cryptocurrency that's already being tested and deployed in enterprise settings. Investors should pay attention to this because real adoption drives real demand, and demand is what eventually drives the price higher. This is the exact kind of infrastructure that could lead to long-term gains far beyond short-term hype. Ripple's approach is strategic. They're not just creating partnerships for marketing, they're building a full-stack financial ecosystem. That means blockchain, stablecoins, custody solutions, and scalable on and off ramps. Each partnership strengthens the network and makes XRP more indispensable. And with AWS in the mix, Ripple ensures that its technology is robust, fast, and future-proof, ready to handle a global volume of transactions. Finally, Cosmic community, here's the key insight. Partnerships with tech giants like Amazon are not just nice to have, they are critical for XRP's adoption and long-term success. By leveraging Amazon's infrastructure and Ripple's innovative ledger, XRP is positioned to become the go-to currency for institutional payments. This is the kind of growth story that doesn't happen overnight. It's built over years of technology, partnerships, and regulatory compliance. Ripple is not just sitting back and waiting for adoption to happen. They are actively buying, building, and integrating companies that strengthen their network. Over the past few years, Ripple has acquired major players like Hidden Road, G Treasury, and more recently, Svexia. These aren't small acquisitions. They're companies that manage institutional-grade payments, custody, and treasury functions. By bringing these pieces under Ripple's umbrella, the company is creating a comprehensive system that handles the entire flow of financial transactions, from blockchain to stablecoins to custody and beyond. Take Svexia, for example. This company was chosen by 7-Eleven to automate reconciliations for thousands of stores across multiple payment gateways and banks, processing hundreds of transactions daily. That's real-world volume and complexity that XRP can now support. When you see acquisitions like this, it's clear Ripple isn't just interested in growth. They are building end-to-end financial infrastructure. This is why many experts believe XRP is far ahead of competitors and positioned as the backbone of the new financial system. What's important here is that Ripple isn't focusing on just one part of the financial stack. They are building a full ecosystem. This includes blockchain technology, stablecoins, custody solutions, scalable on and off ramps, and more. By owning the complete flow of transactions, Ripple ensures that XRP becomes indispensable to institutional adoption. Competitors may have pieces of the puzzle, but Ripple has the entire picture, which gives them a massive advantage. Another key point is regulatory compliance. Ripple has spent years working with regulators, securing licenses, and making sure their system is fully compliant. This level of legitimacy is crucial for institutional adoption. Banks and other financial institutions aren't going to risk using a system that could run into legal problems. Ripple's strategy shows that they understand this reality, and it's why investors and institutions are increasingly confident in XRP's future. Let's also highlight Ripple's vision for 2026 and beyond. The company is not just expanding, they are completing the financial stack. Each acquisition is a strategic piece that fills gaps in the ecosystem. When you combine fast transaction times, full stack infrastructure, and regulatory compliance, XRP is no longer just a cryptocurrency. It becomes a foundational tool for global finance. That's why many analysts are talking about potential gains far beyond anything we've seen in the crypto market before. Finally, Cosmic Community, here's the big takeaway. Ripple's acquisitions aren't random. They are carefully chosen moves that strengthen XRP's ecosystem, increase adoption, and make the platform indispensable to institutions. This strategy isn't about hype. It's about building a system that works at scale, globally, and legally. For investors, this is the kind of long-term, high-potential opportunity that doesn't come around often. Let's start with context. XRP isn't just another cryptocurrency. It's designed for institutional adoption and real-world payments. When we talk about tech giants like Amazon or Google, we know their early investors saw exponential returns over decades. XRP has the potential to follow a similar trajectory, but in the financial world. Ripple aims to become the Amazon of payments, and if it achieves that, the gains could be massive, possibly even surpassing what we've seen in traditional tech stocks. Why is XRP so well positioned for this kind of growth? First, it's fast, scalable, and secure. Traditional cross-border payments can take days and cost a lot in fees. XRP does this in 3 or 5 seconds with minimal costs. Second, it's already being adopted by real financial institutions, not just speculative investors. Banks, central banks, and major companies are testing XRP for daily transactions. Real adoption drives real demand, and demand is what ultimately pushes price higher. Another factor is the volume XRP can handle. With Ripple completing its ecosystem through acquisitions, XRP now has access to custody solutions, treasury management, stablecoins, and more. This creates an institution-ready infrastructure. When these systems go live globally, we're not talking about millions or billions. We're talking about trillions, possibly even quadrillions in financial flows moving through XRP. That scale alone is enough to dramatically increase its value. Let's also consider the mindset of investors and crypto analysts. Many underestimate XRP's potential because they compare it only to other cryptocurrencies, not to the financial systems it could replace or improve. But if XRP truly becomes the backbone of the new financial system, the growth could be historic. People are even discussing 1000x potential returns, which might sound unbelievable. But when you consider the scale of adoption, speed of transactions, institutional backing, and strategic partnerships, it's not out of the question. What makes this opportunity even more compelling is Ripple's regulatory clarity. While many cryptocurrencies struggle with uncertainty, XRP has spent years working with regulators to ensure compliance. This is a huge advantage for institutional adoption because banks and large companies will only commit to a system that is legally secure. Regulatory clarity reduces risk, which in turn increases confidence in both adoption and price growth. Finally, Cosmic Community, here's the key takeaway from Part 5. XRP isn't just a speculative bet, it's a high potential investment with strong fundamentals, real-world adoption, and a vision for the future of finance. The combination of speed, utility, partnerships, and regulatory compliance creates a situation where the price potential is enormous. Early investors who understand these factors could see unprecedented growth as XRP continues to expand its role in global finance. If you've been following along from the beginning, you now understand why XRP isn't just another cryptocurrency. It's a powerful tool with real-world utility, strategic partnerships, and long-term growth potential. In this part, we're going to summarize the key points, tie everything together, and give you actionable insights you can use as an investor in 2026. First, let's recap what makes XRP unique. Unlike Bitcoin, which is mainly seen as a store of value, or Ethereum, which is primarily a smart contract platform, XRP was built for payments. It's fast, scalable, and designed to handle institutional-grade transactions. Settlement times are just 3 to 5 seconds, making it ideal for banks, corporations, and even central banks that need reliable cross-border payment solutions. When a cryptocurrency solves real-world problems at this scale, it's no longer just speculation. It becomes a fundamental part of global finance. Next, Ripple's partnerships and acquisitions have been crucial in positioning XRP for success. Collaborations with Amazon Web Services allow XRP to scale efficiently, while acquisitions like Hidden Road, G Treasury, and Svexia complete Ripple's full-stack financial ecosystem. This combination ensures that XRP isn't just a tool for small transactions, it can manage massive volumes of financial flows, potentially reaching trillions or even quadrillions of dollars. The infrastructure is now ready, and adoption is accelerating across institutions worldwide. Another critical factor is regulatory clarity. XRP has spent years working with regulators to ensure compliance, giving it a significant edge over other cryptocurrencies. This means that institutions can confidently adopt XRP without fearing legal complications, making it far more attractive for real-world usage. Compliance isn't just a box to check. It's a key driver of adoption and price growth. Now let's talk about price potential. With real-world adoption, fast transaction speeds, full-stack infrastructure, and regulatory support, XRP is uniquely positioned to deliver unprecedented long-term gains. Analysts and crypto experts are discussing scenarios where XRP could see 1000x potential returns if it truly becomes the backbone of the new financial system. While nothing in crypto is guaranteed, the combination of fundamentals, adoption, and strategy makes XRP one of the most promising investment opportunities right now. So, what can you do as a crypto investor in 2026? Here are some actionable insights. Stay informed, follow official Ripple announcements and updates from reliable sources to track adoption and partnerships. Evaluate exchanges carefully. Platforms like Bitunex, as mentioned in our previous parts, offer smooth trading experiences and incentives, but always verify security and compliance. Think long-term. XRP is not about quick trades. Its real potential comes from institutional adoption and utility over time. Engage with the community, comment, share insights, and participate in discussions. This helps you learn and stay ahead of trends. Finally, Cosmic Community, the biggest takeaway is this. XRP is not just a coin, it's a strategic financial infrastructure with the potential to reshape the global payment system. Its speed, utility, partnerships, acquisitions, and regulatory compliance all point to a future where XRP could dominate institutional payments. For investors, this is an opportunity to get in early on a cryptocurrency with real, measurable adoption, not just hype. Thank you for sticking with us through this deep dive. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, type X in the comments, and share this video with anyone interested in the future of finance. Stay tuned to We Are Cosmic, because we'll continue bringing you insights that help you understand, invest, and thrive in the crypto world. Until next time, keep looking at the stars. But remember, some of the biggest opportunities are right here on Earth in the world of crypto.